Yes, people, welcome to Crime Daily. A drugs boss set up shops on the dark web named Vanilla Surf, Stacks and Gov UK to peddle vast quantities of cocaine across England and the rest of Europe. Andrew Moores, 37, who lived in a luxury Manchester city centre apartment, played a leading role in the gang which trafficked drugs worth millions, including cocaine, ecstasy, ketamine, amphetamines and cannabis via the internet using encrypted Encrochat mobile phones. The Tameside and Stockport-based outfit, which included Moore's bookkeeper Paul Gregory, 39, and distributor Austin Ozzy Beckett, 31, operated with virtual anonymity, a court heard. They all used expensive Encrochat mobile phones, dubbed WhatsApp for criminals, as part of a determined effort to avoid detection and traded in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. But the law enforcement hack of the Encrochat server in France, as well as the work as undercover police officers, brought down the gang. On Thursday, Mars, a dad with 2 young children, bleated it was unfair as he was locked up for 16 years and 6 months. While Gregory was handed a sentence of 14 years and 4 months, Beckett was handed a sentence of 11 years and 3 months. Another gang member said to be higher up in the chain is wanted by police and is thought to be out of the country. A police drugs expert said the 20 kilos of cocaine said to have been dealt by the gang could have been worth up to 2 million on the streets. Ketamine worth 2 million and amphetamine valued at 300,000 were also said to be linked to the gang. Police had previously tried to arrest Moores at his luxury 10th floor apartment in the West Tower block on Deansgate, but he wasn't there. But detectives got their man after being alerted that he checked in for a flight bound for Dubai from Manchester in January last year. Among the items seized from him were personalised bathrobes, flannels and slippers embroidered with Morse. He claimed he had every intention of coming back to the UK as he had brought a return ticket and claimed he was going to Dubai as there was no coronavirus lockdown enforced there. But the police investigation established that Morse, who used the Encrochat handle Toxic Jaguar, oversaw a huge continent-wide drugs operation running the dark web's drug supply shops called Vanilla Surf, Stacks and Gov UK. The span of this conspiracy was the length and breadth of England and Wales and the length and breadth of the European continent, prosecutor William Beardmore said. Over a 22-month period, one cryptocurrency wallet alone, which police recovered, had made transactions worth almost 3 million. Gregory and Beckett were paid by Moores and were involved in day-to-day operations, the court heard. Gregory, who adopted the name Matt Soda on Encrochat, received a substantial wage and was also given bonuses for certain transactions. At one point, Gregory was arrested for an unrelated matter and was driving a Land Rover worth about 100 grand. He told police he was a stockbroker working for Bitcoin. I can win a lot of money and lose a lot of money as well, he told officers. Beckett, known as Real Cake on the encrypted network, ran the gang's distribution centre. Police made another key breakthrough by chance after going to a house in Hazel Grove to arrest someone unconnected with the gang. Beckett saw the officers and panicked, thinking they were coming for him. He moved the suitcase from his flat to a neighbour's, but unluckily for Beckett, it was the neighbour who police were actually interested in. The suitcase was stuffed with a large quantity of drugs, including high-purity cocaine, as well as scales and other drug paraphernalia. Undercover officers working to expose dealers on the dark web made test purchases of drugs, Minshall Street Crown Court was told. One package of ecstasy tablets had Gregory's DNA on it. Defending Moores, Adam Watkins said the defendant plans to go straight and has ambitions of a career in software development. Beckett was a paid employee in the gang and became involved after he lost his job as an electrician, his barrister Chuddy Grant said. Siam Sonny for Gregory said the defendant was not involved in every facet of the operation. Friends and family wept in a public gallery when His Honour Judge John Potter handed down long sentences to the drug-dealing trio who were appearing in court from prison via video link at Minshall Street Crown Court. It seems unfair, said Andrew Moores, but he was told by the judge to be quiet or his microphone would be turned off. Judge Potter told the trio they each played an integral role in the plot. He said, in my judgment, each defendant understood the conspiracies they were part of, which had little complexity to them other than the way in which conspiracies operated to supply large amounts of Class A and B drugs to drug users and dealers throughout England, Wales and Europe. He added, for a significant period of 2 years between January 2019 and January 2021, an organised crime group headed by you, Andrew Moores, and another man who remains at large was responsible for supplying vast quantities of both Class A and B drugs throughout England and Wales and across Europe. The drugs were acquired by the organised crime group using Encrochat mobile phones from bulk suppliers and then sold on by this group via free shops established on the dark web. He noted at the height of the operation, drugs worth 45 grand were being trafficked every day. On any view, this is drug dealing on an industrial and commercial scale, said Judge Potter. The court heard Moores had 14 previous convictions and served time for 2 drug supply offences. Gregory had 5 previous convictions and had also served time for supplying cannabis. Beckett had no previous offences to his name. Moores of Denton, Gregory of Mottram, and Beckett of Stockport each pleaded guilty to conspiracy to supply Class A and B drugs, as well as conspiracy to export Class A and B drugs. Moores also admitted money laundering. The case was investigated by detectives from the Dark Web Operations Team at the Northwest Regional Organised Crime Unit and began with information from the state-sanctioned hack of the Encrochat service in northern France. The mine data shows the trio were supplying Class A and B drugs online. A number of searches were carried out at properties across Greater Manchester with officers from Greater Manchester Police, which led to the recovery of drugs, cash, computers, a Rolex, encrypted mobile phones and cryptocurrency worth approximately 30 grand. Detectives estimate the gang earned more than 3 million, which they laundered using cryptocurrency and by buying luxury watches and vehicles. After the hearing, Detective Inspector Chris McLean said, this was a complex investigation which involved several law enforcement agencies working together to bring down a crime group which was making substantial amounts of money supplying drugs internationally online. Their guilty plea is the result of overwhelming evidence which was put in front of them, leaving them no option but to plead guilty. Yeah, that's it for this one, people. Don't forget, like, comment, share, subscribe. Check back for more, yeah? Peace.